Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, the Redux series. I'm your host, Colors Fade. It's episode 4, and we are in the Market Square. We're going to immediately try to start dealing with this whole situation. Dredges. Yes, it is. See, that's why I like Victoria. I like having that mercenary. She's awesome. It reminds me I need to redo my group here. I'm going to be further back. Then Woljif and me are going to be further back. And then I should do it like this, maybe. Alright. Okay. What's going on in here? Kind of at the limits of the place where you can scroll. What do we have down here? A couple of bozos. A bunch of bozos. Okay.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Woljif, you need to chill for a sec, bud. Same thing with me. Same thing with Camellia. There we go. Let the heavy hitters get in here. Sheila, get up there. Oh, sister, you're just taking too long. I don't know what you're doing. Mirror image getting smacked down. That's the way we like it. Uh-oh, we got some stunned people here. What do they... Yeah. Okay. Anything too interesting there? Nope. The party suffers from medium encumbrance. I think Ember's right over here. Yep, right here.
We'll make this quick. She won't feel a thing.
I don't know. Can we really do this?
Listen, we don't have a choice. There are demons everywhere. What else would you have us do?
A group of knights surrounds a young elven girl. She is dressed in rags that barely cover the hideous scars on her body. The beggar girl is on her knees, watching placidly as the people argue heatedly around her. It is as if she doesn't sense the looming threat at all. A black crow flies in agitated circles above her head.
In Iomede's name, we're sorry, girl, but it is our duty. We have to do this, not for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone who can still be saved from the demons. If we don't win this battle, you won't have long to live anyway.
They're insane. We've got to do something.
I understand. You're scared. You feel powerless. You think this will help. You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do.
What's going on here?
Our weapons barely scratch the demon's hides. We're sacrificing this girl to Iomede so we can consecrate our weapons with her innocent blood and gain the power to destroy the spawn of the abyss.
You sure Iomede is going to be good with that?
It's extreme, but we have no other choice. We have to defend this city somehow, or else we'll all perish, including her.
That is ridiculous. The teachings of Iomede directly prohibit the killing of innocents. The goddess will curse you for making this so-called sacrifice.
How do you know what the goddess wants or doesn't want? Who are you, her herald?
In a way.
I am Iomede's paladin. If I lie, may the goddess strike me down. What you intend to do is a repugnant crime and heinous blasphemy.
Exactly. What were you thinking? The goddess would never allow this.
Whose idea was this anyway? I think it was yours.
My idea? I was against the whole thing right from the start. Who said we needed to make a sacrifice? Wasn't it you? You can't blame anyone else for that.
Please don't fight. All of you are good people, defenders of the city. You just made a mistake. Please don't hurt them.
The little girl is defending the people who wanted to slaughter her a minute ago. She's either a saint or she's insane. Maybe the two together.
Maybe you gotta be insane to be a saint.
Hey, I know her. I see her all the time on the street. She's a couple of cards short of a full deck, if you know what I mean.
Hi. Remember when we used to play together when we were little? But then you went and got all big. And I stayed the same for some reason.
Huh? I played with you? can't pull the other one.
You did. We played tag and hide and seek. Then you and the bigger boys came up with the game where you all threw stones at me. You laughed so hard, it made me happy too. Then you grew up and went away to do grown-up things. Wanna play with me now?
For the love of... Canabras is too damn small.
Oh, that's funny. Go to the Defender's Heart Tavern. That's where the survivors are gathering. And don't even think of doing anything so disgusting ever again.
Thank you.
They're gone. And they all lived. I was sure that someone would die today. So many people have died here already. But we are still alive for some reason. Strange, isn't it? But you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Who are
I'm
you?
just a silly girl, really. Call me Ember. I live here, on the streets, for many years now. But there's nothing to say about me.
I don't think you're an ordinary girl. And that crow you have there, it's not ordinary either.
No, don't be silly. I'm very ordinary. Well, I know different types of tricks, but Soot taught me those. Now Soot here, she truly is unusual. She's clever and she can talk, but only to me. She teaches me magic tricks and lots of other stuff. I don't know what I'd do without her.
Magic tricks, you say? You can prove useful when fighting the demons, and I'll be able to protect you from insane soldiers on the streets. Come with me.
I must have misheard. This girl? Join our party? What could we possibly want with this dirty little beggar?
Oh, Valley Girl. She's gonna replace you.
Sure, let's go.
Bye-bye. Annoying Valley Girl. Ember.
That's right.
Alright. Point blank shot. This is ensures that you come within 30 feet, which is what we want. Same thing with you. Make sure you do that. This goes down here. This goes here. We don't ever use that for him. And what is she using? She's got a light crossbow. Do we have anything that's more in the masterwork light crossbow range? That'll be great. Okay, and can she shoot a bow? I'd rather her shoot the bow. It's what? 1d8 versus 1d8. Oh, but she has a bigger critical threat range with the crossbow. Okay. You know that this is the one thing that I think video games, since the dawn of time, have always gotten wrong. I am a lifelong archer. I've been shooting since I was 7 years old. I've shot everything. Longbows, recurves, compounds, crossbows. You name it, I've shot it. In every style conceivable. I've even shot Olympic style. A bow and arrow has more kinetic energy than a crossbow and a longer shaft. So it is sending a bigger chunk of kinetic energy at a target. It tears through flesh way better than a crossbow does. If anything should have a bigger critical threat range, it's a longbow, not the crossbow. But games always get this wrong. Games always think that the crossbow is the better weapon. It's not. It's an inferior weapon that was designed so people could shoot from horseback. But it does not have the punching power and the sheer kinetic force of a long bow. So, video game designers, it'd be great if someday you guys could get that right. I'd be kind of thrilled by that. And anyway, she's got the crossbow, so she'll be fine. All right, let's go see about this.
I can do this.
There used to be my parents owned an archery shop when I was growing up as a kid, and we used to have a chart. Oh, this is going to suck, isn't it? We used to have a chart, and the chart would show you, let me explain this. After I cough. The chart would show you the weight of the shaft you were shooting versus the poundage of your bow, and it would give you the kinetic energy of that force. And people used to come in, and we'd check their kinetic energy and see where it was on the chart. The bow that I shot when I was a teenager and the one I actually shot an elk with, my kinetic energy was off the chart because I was shooting the heaviest arrow I could find at 80 pounds, which hardly anybody shoots 80 pounds. And so, muscle bound as I was, that was an incredible amount of force. I mean, it was not. It would chew through anything short of actually like hitting a femur directly on an elk. It'd break ribs. It was incredible how strong that was. These are rat swarms. Hate them.
Into the fray.
Woljif, you, me, let's go. Try to do the swarms. Fortunately, on normal, you can kill those swarms without having to use flames and things, so that's the nice one.
I'm here. Where else would I be?
Okay. Oh, I don't need everybody in there.
My tail is restless.
That's like...
Fine.
I wish this would default to this newest, oldest value like that, but you have to change it every time. But it's a great way to get your get this stuff, get your recipes and things like that. 80%, and he's like, oh man, I'm a great thief.
Kind of work.
Collect. Oh, what do we got there? Hide armor +1. What does that actually? Base armor class 5, and you can't wear it, and he can't wear it, and she can't wear it. That's what I was saying about the game. It's this is a funny game in this way, in that it really has a ton of companions, and none of them can wear armor, which is pretty funny. An incomplete magic circle for a summoning ritual. Ooh. Do we want to summon something in here and kill it? Okay, let's. Oh. Received diamond dust decorated scabbard, and I guess we failed to summon it, so I pressed the wrong one apparently. I don't remember seeing that before. This is one of those games where each time you play through it, you're going to see new things. And we have a bit Oleg getting back out here. Okay. So we have Ember with us. That's nice. What do you... No, not... That game doesn't... It treats the roof as a place you can walk on, even though it shouldn't. So let's see. We're here. We might want to go... Yeah, I think we went as far left as we could go. But there's some loot here. Is that a area exit? Okay. I don't want to go to the area exit. I like the way they designed the first part of this game here. First part of this zone. Okay, a bunch of guys up there. Woljif, you're so fast. Okay.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Oh yeah. Oh, made a person run. Uh-oh. Ember, what do you have for healing spells there, darling? Vulnerability curse. Slumber. I should be casting that on you and me. Ear piercing scream. These are your offensive ones, kind of. Leave your curses there. Go up here and try to heal me. Oh, at least I sneak attacked that guy. Oh. Okay. Take that guy out. Oh boy. Woljif did some damage there. That was nice. Okay. Well, now you are a little bit hurt. A couple of people are hurt here. The blood on your face. Alright, what do we have here? Scroll of Invisibility. That is a spell that you can actually use. I'm going to copy that one. Expeditious Retreat. Copy that one. Okay. Alright. Now there's these two bozos here. Cart is laden with possessions looted from surrounding houses. Ooh. Really? Okay. So at some point in time in the game, in this, you have to come back, and I think I'm not sure whether it's one of these Crusaders or not, but you have to come back to an area and talk to somebody you've already met before. So what I'm going to do is split and then drop that right there, so that on the map we know there's an area we can come back to. There's some loot right there. Meanwhile, we'll continue to try to pick up all the rest of the loot. Okay. And then, what do we have? And there's loot back here? What kind of loot did we miss back here? Yeah, this is a very cool zone, but it's a lot of, there's a lot of traversing it over and over and again.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Okay, so that was a nice little pick up there. We picked up these spells that'll be useful for her. This is what? Scroll of protection from evil. She can't quite use it. That's why it's yellow. Scroll of mage armor. She doesn't need that. I might. What about her? What's she got? Anything she can use? Bait. Can she use bait? Not quite. Okay. But the mage armors are good. So I want her to do this. Mage armor me.
Yes.
Mage armor yourself.
Yes.
Oh, but that uses up her, it uses up her spell there as well. Okay. Like I said, I'm kind of unfamiliar with her whole class, the way it works. I started trying to play her the very first time through the game, and I'm like, oh, she's like the first healer you get. Camellia has some healing too, but I felt like she was one of the first healers you really get to. And then you run into Social at some point in time. Oh, Victoria. She's bringing it. Alright. Oh, and this is the guy. Ember's Crusader right there. Okay. That's the one. Alright. This is it. This is the Crusader we have to come talk to later. So we're going to drop this right here. So we mark that. This is going to say, I used up my healing powers for today. I should have prayed hard at Iomeda. You're going to want to come back and talk to that person later. Alright. Which means that this bag of loot over here, I want to come get and pick up. This is how we're going to mark the map. Okay. So, yeah, back over here. I think, because we can we traverse here? Yeah, we can. Alright. But first, yeah, this is the way we would have came if we hadn't taken that left turn to Ember. So this is the way we want to go. The errand is complete. The divided city. We have now made it undivided. Excellent. So you can wander across here. 3 hours later. And you can get across the
This
rubble.
didn't go well.
3 hours later, Lan couldn't get us
Thanks,
across.
Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Now we're going to have to do some resting. Oh! That's some good stuff right there. We need to rest, though. We got a big penalty here.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Yep, we're going to take some damage here. Okay. So what's he got? He's got dexterity damage. Ooh, not good. Okay. Can we camp right here? I don't know. Yeah, we can. Okay. So his dexterity damage shouldn't go away. How much dexterity damage is it? It's a little bit. It shouldn't go away because we don't have that option turned on in normal, in the default normal mode. So what we do have is we have one scroll of lesser restoration, and Scylla is the only person who can really use it.
No reason to
Do I want to
pause.
risk using it? Let's rest first and see if this is minor enough it goes away on its own. I don't think it's going to though. Scribe scrolling. Ember could do it. Alchemy. She's gonna do it to cook meals. She's gonna choose a recipe to cook. Season wings and thighs. We've got enough of that. Alright, let's do it.
I don't want you to go around telling everybody you knew me when I was a kid. They'll all laugh at me.
But won't they laugh at you anyway? I thought you acted silly on purpose because you liked making people laugh.
Oh, Ember. You sweet girl. After 4 hours of rest, you were attacked. You could be attacked, but the game has to load the area that it just had loaded. I've never had delays this long in this game before. Oh, man.
The mongrel did it.
Alright, kill this thing.
This is my kind of work.
Is this
Okay.
a mock
I
fight?
think I did it.
You think you did it? Well, let's see if we can get all the rest we need. 1 day passes. Failed to camouflage the camp. I might have to make Woljif do that instead. And now we have to reload the area that we just had loaded. This is a little bit of a programming problem. I mean, the area was just loaded. I'm not sure what they're doing here in their code. Oh, but they want us to do this. Sometimes... What is going on here? Oh, you turkey. My stopwatch wasn't on. Sometimes the long-awaited rest does not bring the desired relief. What comes is a heavy, clinging sleep on the edge of wakefulness, where our consciousness seems poised between reality and oblivion. The possible reasons for such disturbed slumber are myriad. Strained nerves, perhaps, or a lingering reaction to trauma. Aaron emerges from the oblivion of his leaden sleep like a drowned man dragging himself up from the depths of the swamp. The wound on his chest is burning like someone pressed an invisible brand to it. The wound has closed again, but the blood stain on his shirt betrays its presence beneath. There's no time to investigate the cause behind this malaise. A trying day lies ahead, but how will he be up to the challenge if his thoughts are so muddled his entire body aches like after a day's toil? Can't ignore my health. Better take care of it now rather than later, when it could already be too late. After several moments, the weariness abates, retreating to the depths of the subconscious, but leaving the path open to return to the next time he seeks refuge in sleep. Aaron recalls that he slept peacefully in the Defender's Art. Perhaps a priest can explain what happened. Perhaps so. Oh, and so his dexterity did go away, even though we don't have that option turned on in the difficulty. Remove negative effects of rest. So I think it depends on the type of negative effect. We're gonna find out later on in the game. Nothing there. Okay. Am I missing loot? Can I look at the map and find it? That's what loot's there? Oh, that. Okay, let's go grab that. We want to make sure to grab all the loot. That way, the only loot that's left on the map is the loot that we purposely left as a marker. Okay.
You can handle them, right?
Look. It's the undead. Here they come, the ghouls. How are you getting in front of my people here, Woljif?
Distract them from me.
Alright. Hurting things. Okay. What's down here in the amphitheater steps? There's a bag. I mean, as starts to games go, I think this is probably the best one I've seen in a CRPG. You know, I played Baldur's Gate 2, Icewind Dale, all those games, Pillars of Eternity, and I think just as a sheer start to a game where you got to start at level 1 and work your way up, level 3, 4, 5, 6, I think this is the best start. Now, obviously, they marred that start with some questionable decisions later on. Well, I don't even really want to call them questionable decisions. They were just bad decisions. But oh my, he's getting thrashed.
Break against our resolve.
Okay, everybody go there. Oh, I like the critical hits, folks. Critical hits, sneak attacks. You can see how much damage we're doing. The first time... Oh, there's some nice stuff here. The first time I played this game, I really, really struggled. And when I changed everybody over to sneak attacks, it just makes the first part of the game go easier. Now, I don't know if it's still a valid strategy on core rules or not, but...
Again if you need to.
Gray hair, ashen skin. This person fell prey to a Nabasu. The demon sucks the very life essence from its victims and transforms them into ghouls. Very ugly. Very, very ugly indeed. And now we're going to meet the first of Sela's friends. A short, hooded figure is poking about some bodies lying in the middle of the street. The stranger drags the first body off the road, respectfully props it up against the wall, and places the corpse's hands on his chest. The figure then freezes, as if hesitating. You see him reach out his hand toward the beautiful gold amulet hanging around the corpse's neck. He jerks his hand back, hesitates, and reaches out again. Well, well, look what we have here. Looting corpses, are we? The stranger almost jumps out of his skin, and the hood falls off from his head. Under a mop of red curls, a round halfling face looks up at you. Oh, I thought you were demons. Good day to you, good sir. Girl, is that you? The halfling looks at Sela and smiles broadly. Oh, Lady Sela, you're alive. Goodness me, that's the second bit of good news on an otherwise lousy day. What's the first bit of good news? Stick around and see for yourself. Do you know this person? Meet Rimvi, better known as Curl. He hails from Canabras and he fights in the Condemned. The Condemned is a military unit made up of petty criminals conscripted as disposable soldiers and frontline fodder in the Mendevian Crusades. Which, by the way, if you want to read a book about that very thing, you should pick up Savage Legion by Matt Wallace. It's a very good book. The sequel to it, called Savage Bounty, came out this year, and that is basically the setup. It's a character is in the Savage Legion, which is just fodder. But there's much more to the book than that. It's a very good book. It basically has 3 main point of view characters, and it is a wonderful book. I can't wait to read the sequel. It's on my book stand behind me right now, but currently I need to get through my next book. I'm currently reading Caliban's War, which is the second book in the Expanse series from James S.A. Corey, which is really 2 authors. They use a pseudonym together. And the first Expanse book was wonderful, Leviathan Wakes. I loved it, and a lot of people love the Expanse series. So I highly recommend it. Caliban's War is just getting going. I'm enjoying that book, but I really want to read Savage Bounty now. So Matt Wallace, Savage Legion, go get it. Curl is probably none of my business, but you should ask yourself if what you're about to do is right. The halfling's cheeks flush, and he hides his hands behind his back. I didn't. I just thought, oh, it doesn't matter. Can you tell me anything useful about what's going on in the city? I'm afraid not, good sir. I just left the Defender's Heart. Before that, I was holed up in there, too scared to leave. Although spending all that time under Commander Erebeth's nose sure was something. She's a strict one. And she gets antsy. Don't even start. I've had enough of her breathing down my neck to last me a lifetime, Wolf says. So what are you doing here, robbing corpses? No. Rimby Curl may be a rogue, but he doesn't loot corpses. I just need to get these poor lads' bodies off the road. My friends and I are on a terribly important mission, and we need to get through. He is interrupted by the sound of wheels rolling on paved stones. A cart drawn by a sad little horse appears from around the corner. A pretty half-elf is driving it, and a young man in knight's armor is walking alongside. Even from a distance, you can see his tan face and his blue eyes shining brightly. The halfling straightens up. See? A terribly important and very heroic mission. My friends and I are saving a beer cart from the demons. Elan of the Houndhearts. Sela, I never thought I'd see you again. I thought you were headed to the main square. the center of the demon's attack. Jana Eldori, who we were supposed to be looking for, says, "Hey, friend. Glad to see you're all right. When you got separated from the crowd of the celebration, I knew right away that something was wrong. And when the demons appeared all of a sudden, I realized that that was the reason why I'd been so anxious. But I couldn't find you among the dead in the square, so I kept my hopes up, and I was proved right." So you're the other bit of good news Curl was talking about. You and Jana are alive. Actually, by good news, I meant that we found the beer cart. Sir Elan and Jana being alive amounts to a quarter bit of good news. Well, maybe half. Ho, ho, ho. A beer cart. How about sharing with us? I'm sure we could all use a drink. Certainly. Give me your flask, friend. And if you walk with us to the Defender's Art, we can have a more thorough sampling of the spoils there. Jana, there's no need. The heart is very close, and the three of us will be enough to fight off an attack if there is one from here. Besides, our friend here surely has better things to do. More important things than carrying barrels of beer, I wager. By the way, my name's Elan, Sir Elan of the Hound Hearts. I'm glad to meet someone who survived this madness. I have to go. So long. Sure to meet again, either in the city or the Defender's Art. Sure you will. Come to the tavern. We'll celebrate the valiant rescue of this barrel together. Hey, I'm all for saving beer. Absolutely, positively. Meanwhile, we're more than going to loot the corpses ourselves. I'm totally happy to do that. Is this the exit out here? Oh no, what's this?
Yet another obstacle.
They're crawling all over us. Alright, I got a little dinged here, darling. You should probably give me this. Okay. Now, let's see. Where are we? Right there. What's over here? What did we miss over here? That box. My COVID cough is, for some reason, picking up during this episode, so I may have to cut it a little shorter than normal.
This is my kind of work.
It's a little tedious to have to keep hitting the pause mute button. There, the mute button. That's one of the things I kind of miss, is that OBS had a pause button, and it would just pause the recording. Streamlabs OBS doesn't have that. Now, I can mute myself, which is fine, but I can't actually pause the game. You have to actually stop the recording and start a new one. So that's the area exit. So that's just a little bit of one of those, inconvenient things you gotta deal with. Okay, so now we're getting over into the second half of this.
Thanks, Lan.
The corpses were gnawed to the bone by ghouls, whose teeth were the likely cause of death. Alright, and then there's this joker, cultist evoker. My friend.
You won't survive me.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Who's this? You got a wizard? Ooh. Wizards, oh my. Okay. Some lootage. We're none the worse for wear, though.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Yes, you are. This is into the house. Okay, let's see what kind of house this is. First of all, these people were not killed by demons. Their mortal wounds were inflicted by ordinary weapons. I think that means that one jerkwad is around here somewhere. Overzealous crusader. Is this the demon house? We're gonna find out real quick. I think it might be. What is this letter? A journal about an experiment. Day 1. I was able to catch Khazit. Irori be my witness. It wasn't easy considering my humble physical condition. Okay. That's very, very long if you want to read that. Absolutely do. It's one of the fun things about the game is reading all that lore and stuff, but on this playthrough I'm not going to be doing too much of that. Woljif is going to run in here and find us the switch. Get us the loot out of there. Is there anything good? We got protection from chaos. Okay, if this is the demon one, this is a little bit difficult. And I have a plan for how I want to do this. Yeah, this is the demon one. Okay. Ember, do you have... You do. Light the way. Okay. So, what the game means for you to do, these fighters must have been caught off guard. They died before they could even draw their weapons. Their bodies are covered in a thin layer of ice that is slowly... What they mean for you to do is use this scroll of sea invisibility. And just use it as a scroll. But then that prevents you from being able to use it in any other way. So what I like to do is come in here and do this and take my character, since he's a mage, and I'm going to copy that to the scroll book and a summon monster one, which I've been debating getting. That's good. He's going to do that. He's going to go back into here. Oh, we can't cast level 2 spells yet. Okay. Later on, we're going to come back there when we can cast that spell. And we're going to see invisibility and kill that damn demon. But it's really hard to kill, so there's no reason going to it right this second. It's a very tough little fight. The neat thing is, later on in the game, you can get a belt that you should put on Nenio. And anytime you cast a level 6 spell, it summons one of those shadow demons. And I love using that belt. And Nenio has a bunch of level 6 spells that I use. Well, one spell in particular that I just use a lot. So it ends up being really, really awesome. So what we're going to do is drop a piece of loot here. And that way we know it's that house there. And then we're going to wander over in this direction. It said there was a piece of loot over here. There's a cat. We're going to adopt the cat. We receive tiger. Pet cat. Feral instincts provide a +2 morale bonus on perception and lore checks. Yes, kitty. Of course we're going to adopt the kitties. I'm not dumb. I love the unevenness of this. This is fantastic. This is the Temple of Desna, I think. Hear me, take heed. The hordes of the abyss march on Canabras. The wardstone is their target. They must not be allowed to capture it. The consequences will be disastrous. Yes, we know all that. It's a little late now. We're going to wander over here and clear out these areas of bad peoples.
They are the darkness.
Shoot that one, will you?
Surrender or else.
Yeah, you can cast that spell, but it's going to cost you. Uh-oh, and now we're overloaded. Okay, here's what I want to do then. I want to go inside the church and drop stuff off. That way it doesn't show up on our map. Fiendish giant centipede attacks Canaver's Crusader. That's going on adjacent to us. I'm going to have to end this episode here. Not only because my cough is getting a little bit extra, but also because I'm starving. So, the Altar of Desnus, Goddess of Luck. Alright, so what we're going to do is drop a whole bunch of stuff right here. Whole bunch of these things. We're going to go price in descending order. Drop. These heavy shields, drop that. These are chainmail, 135, it's 200 pounds. Banded mail, 186 for 105 pounds. It's kind of not worth it. So that helps out, makes a slider. That way it doesn't show up on our darn map. And we're going to be on our way. So I'm going to end the episode here. Sorry if it's a little bit abbreviated. That was my bonehead not turning my stopwatch on at the beginning of the episode. Like a doofus. This particular zone is taking a long time to load, which is something that usually doesn't happen with this game on my computer. So anyway, there's that. We got centipedes attacking Canaver's Crusader zone. Well, we'll just leave it here. this is a good place to leave it. Folks, thanks for watching. As always, if you like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, drop those questions, comments down, all the support down below. I love it. It's awesome. This is going to be a fun series. As I said, I'm already having a good time. I'm digging it. We're going to do this and have a good time all the way through. And if you've got any hints or tips on the best way to play Ember, and especially the best spells to use for her, that would be great. Otherwise, I'm probably going to flounder with her for a little while. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.